Thank you, Anna. I'm very excited today to be here speaking in front of the all-powerful woman. So let me start to introduce myself. This is Yasemin Cengiz. I'm working as a senior data engineering manager in PepsiCo. I'm Turkish, but I'm living in Barcelona a long time. I have been working always in the data analytics area to develop advanced enterprise data solution at scale. And I'm very patient about the data, generating data, playing with the data, or using transforming data to get the insight from the data.
Thank you, Yasemin. And I'll also take a second to introduce myself, although the team has already done so. Just very quickly, my name is Caterina. I'm originally from Venezuela, but I have been living in Barcelona for almost 8 years now. I've had background in working in consultancy, in startups. When I was working in consultancy, I got the great opportunity to work with companies like FedEx, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Facebook, and in every context, no matter if it was an NGO, a corporation, or a startup, the purpose was always to elevate user-centric thinking and design-led innovation, and that cut across all geographies. It happened in Asia, in Africa, in the Americas. So it's been a great journey, and the purpose has always been, and as you will see in the presentation very shortly, to bring in those user voices into the design process, and specifically for PepsiCo now, into this digital transformation journey we're in.
Thank you, Katerina. Maybe we can go through the agenda quickly.
Yeah, I can go through it very quickly. So we'll spend, you see, 5-minute blocks in everything we're going to do. So we ate a little bit of time with the technical difficulties in the speakers and intro. So this is already done. Yasemin is going to give us a little introduction into PepsiCo's strategy and transformation team. I'm then going to briefly explain what's the role data engineering and service design play in digital transformation. And because this may be some new terms to some of you, both data engineering and service design, we would like to do a brief introduction. We will only scratch the surface, which what service design is and enterprise data foundation is, but hopefully we'll give you a sense to understand how both feed into this digital transformation journey. And last but not least, we'll use one example, which is Pepsi Connect, one of our key programs, to show you how both disciplines are working together in cross-functional teams to deliver these transformation to PepsiCo. And then, of course, we'll have some minutes for Q&A.
Thank you. And let me start who we are. What is PepsiCo strategy and the transformation? How we are working in PepsiCo Barcelona and Vitoria Digital Hub, and how our journey starts and how we are going through our journey, digital transformation journey. First of all, myself and Caterina is working in the Barcelona Digital Hub, one of the center of excellence for the digital transformation, and many big programs are driven by Barcelona Digital Hub. And we have three main goals to achieve. First of all, we want to accelerate our digital transformation because we have started earlier. Now we are in the phase to accelerate the digital transformation. And how we are doing it, we are adopting and implementing the very new technologies, and it drives us to innovate on innovation, efficiency, and productivity, and helping us to grow the company. And while we are adopting and implementing the new technologies, new digital solutions, we are always considering our business goals and business needs in the middle. And according to their prioritization, we are bringing new solutions in the digital transformation. And most important thing for us to invest our people, our talent, build their career and development in across the company. And who we are in the digital transformation, we actually talking for the two main driver. One is the data analytics, which I am working. I will be explaining more details. And under data analytics, we have the data science team, engineering, governance, strategy, and business engagement team. And the digital second driver is the digital products and services. We have the product management, service product design, software engineering, and program management, which Caterina is a part of it. So myself and Caterina, it means data analytics and products are working as a one team to drive the digital transformation. And how our journey starts, actually we launched our digital hub in Barcelona in 2021, and we were like 50 people and trying to figure out the building everything from the scratch and all solutions and all teams, but then we rapidly grow in Barcelona digital hub, and now we are more than 150 people. within the talents I mentioned in the product and data analytics team. And our goal is growing more than 400 people in Barcelona Digital Hub. While we are growing, and of course, we are building the diverse and inclusive environment. And thanks to actually our transformation lead, chief, to Atina, she's always empowering the movement and encouraging the woman. Then thanks to her, we are around 33% in female talent in the digital hub, and we are growing very fast as a female talents. And also we are bringing many nationalities, many people together, many different backgrounds together. And now in the digital hub we are 30 nationality, and while we are delivering the many digital solution, we are having fun always, and we are learning the different nationalities, different culture, and we are celebrating every day in different, and eating too many foods from the different nationalities is very amazing. And also we are considering our age. We are around 36 years average in the digital hub. Always we are considering the young talents and bringing the fresh bloods, and then it can drive us more innovative way. So this is our culture, and now I will give to Caterina to explain how data engineers and the service design is working together.
Perfect. So, like Yasemin explained, we have these two teams that are very prevalent in our in our strategy and transformation team. We have DPS, digital products and services, where data engineering falls in, service design falls into, and then we have the data engineering team in a different pillar. And these are two really core verticals in the organization. A quick way to summarize how we both complement each other and how we work together, although we'll see a little bit more in detail briefly, is that you could say that the data teams, including data engineering, focuses really on the data content that our digital tools will show. What's the content that we're showing, what's the information, the data that our users, internal users, are leveraging. Whereas service design focuses more on the how. So in the part when you think of product design, how is the information displayed on a screen, and also the why. Really, what are we trying to accomplish by showing to the user this information? What's the intention behind? What's the user need that we're addressing? So if you look at the graphic on the right, this is very used in design thinking, but it really applies to many things. And you can see here, design talks about a little bit desirability, so really what the users need. As a business, of course, we get the vision and the needs of the business on the lower left bubble. So the business marks the priorities, let's say, and the data focuses on really the feasibility. So what the technology can actually do. When you bring those three together, what is needed, what users need, what the business wants, and what data can actually perform and do, then you get to the strategic and transformation value that lives at the center. But in order to better understand exactly how we work together, this is, as I said, just scratching the surface. We'll show you a little bit about our disciplines, and I'll start with service design. So by show of hands, unfortunately, I cannot see you all, but I would, maybe if you can put in your chat, who has heard, yes, who has heard of service design before? Maybe you have heard not about service design, but UX. Or if you venture, anyone actually knows how they connect? What could be the differences and the similarities between service design and UX? And I can tell you up front, they're very connected. Again, I cannot see you, but hopefully some of you have heard these terms before. The presentation here is aimed at explaining how they're related to each other, okay? So in the next slide, just a brief intro that I would like to share is that in the past, design was really associated to crafting beautiful products. It was very linked to the actual physical objects, as you can see here in the images. But through the experience economy that has increased over the past years, and with technology advances, actually the design has become more about, if you can click on the next slide, Yasemin, please, has become more about crafting experiences that delight users and that create loyalty. So we're really talking about the examples that you see on the slides. We have the Ubers of the world, the Netflix of the world, Booking. So these are also experiences that are designed with intentional purposes in mind. And design has really shifted from really the physical objects to crafting these digital experiences to create loyalty. So this word physical experiences or experiences may be new to some of you. So if we move to the next slide, just to think about experiences in terms of design. So what is an experience? If you think if you may have seen or gone to Disneyland, an amusement park is a perfect example of an experience. You go there and everything you experience, from the digital artifacts you use to the interaction with the characters to the attractions themselves, how you pay, the shows, everything is an experience designed for you. So that's an example. Another one, for example, can be a hotel. Virgin hotels are very famous for it. Marriott has a great loyalty program. There's all these experiences that you see, and everything again is designed from you, from how the lobby is laid out to how the clerk attends you, how the checkout or the check-in process happened. That's all different touch points in a hotel experience. Another example could be an airline or an airport. Again, Virgin being a great example of these. Different airlines, again, having their loyalty programs, everything from the moment you book your ticket online to the check-in in the counter to actually being on the plane and having the flight attendants there for you. These are all different elements of an experience that service design and designers take into account to design that brand experience. And then the last one, which will lead us to service design a little bit more, is a restaurant. Even something as simple as a restaurant can be designed for you. So if you go to the next slide, we'll take this restaurant example to explain that service design, and we'll see this in detail in a second, is the discipline that really orchestrates what the user interacts with during an experience. So as I said, the flight attendant, the counter, the check-in baggage, everything, including the screen. So even the booking of your ticket, which was a screen, but you were still in your house, you were not in the airport yet, but that was part of an experience. And then we orchestrate that with everything that needs to happen behind the scenes to enable it. So if we go back to the next slide, the restaurant example. No, go to the following one. The next slide with the architecture. There you go, perfect. So here on the left, you can see the example of the restaurant, right? You have the persons coming in, the journey, you have the front stage interactions, the waiter, the bar attendant. Then you have the backstage interactions, the kitchen. You need the kitchen to deliver the restaurant experience. And even further behind, the support processes. You see the guy delivering the boxes with the raw food. So all of these layers are essential to deliver that experience. And what service design does is focus on the architecture of that service to be able to deliver and maintain that experience in time. Next slide, please. This goes back to the UX and service design question that I asked in the beginning. Service design is the bigger bubble in many design disciplines. You can see there UX, UI, product, customer experience design. So these are all different disciplines that add up together to creating those different service design maps. And the key thing to highlight here, and I'm aware of time, so I will briefly touch on these: the mindset that is constant, so user-centric design, and the approach, which is design thinking. So can you go to the next slide, Yasemin, please? Perfect. Design thinking, you may have heard about these. It's an iterative approach that helps us understand the right question before finding an answer. And back to the three bubbles that we saw at the beginning, balancing what people need, what technology can do, and what the business needs. So here you can see the 5 steps, and these are transversal to everything we do in design. It doesn't matter if it's UX, product, or service, always starting with empathy and then iterating, prototyping, and testing. And then the other foundational element we have is user-centric design, which is always about user research and perspective taking. So we develop cognitive empathy with end users. We do our research before and after we have developed a product to test it with them and understand how they feel about it and what are the potential areas of improvement. Service design in practice, you may have seen this is called a double diamond. We do this very much. It's not that linear in real life, but in many cases for our approach, we go wide, we discover, we try to understand problem statements, and then we converge, we define or we deliver. So there's different cycles of going broad, understanding questions or potential answers, ideating, etc., and then coming close together to align and define either a problem statement or a specific outcome. And then in the next slide, we can also see how service design could potentially look in practice in a project. So we start off, by doing the research, as I said, in blue. We do different types of activities like journey mapping, persona creation, and then once we are in the process of developing, the service design and the product team is there to support the creation of wireframes, of visuals, and of course conducting user testing. So we will see in a second how this looks like in a real life, but in the meantime, I'll give it back to Yasemin so she can explain a little bit more about data engineering.
Thank you, Kat. I mean, Katerina is explained all excited items, so don't worry. I will go through engineering, but don't worry, we are also the having fun and with the working with the Katerina. So let me start with the digital transformation key drivers. And I'm always describing the data and analytics heart of the digital transformation. And a digital framework is always starting with the baseline, which is the technology and infrastructure. As a PepsiCo, we already built the technology and infrastructure with the new cut edge technologies. So we are in the very good shape by using the cloud technologies and always the new technologies, adopting the new technologies. Now we are working on the two main area, which is the one is the enterprise data foundation. It is mainly integrating and standardizing the data sets across the organization. What is the meaning integrating and standardizing? Many people, many stakeholders in the organization have the data in somewhere, external, internal. They are generating all the time, meeting with the consumer, customer, and data is everywhere. Every second we are generating data. Our job in the enterprise data foundation, bringing all data together in one place, then we can create many insights, many digital solutions top of it. Of course, we are putting the business priorities in the first place, and according to business priorities, we are building the digital solutions. And what is the data foundation strategic goals, and how we are bringing one all data into the one place, and why we are doing this. And I mean, everyone can use their data, right? And why we are creating the data foundation for the entire company? Because we want to make data available for everyone, accessible for everyone, and reliable, usable, not replicating the data all the time, not replicating the solution all the time for the different stakeholders. We want to create the one global solution that everyone can get benefit for it. That's why we are going to data foundation journey and creating the insight top of this data foundation. So what includes the data foundation? Actually, we have also the key building blocks, and one is always I'm telling the culture and the people is always in talent is the most important for the any transformation. Not only the data analytics, also the product management transformation. So we are getting benefit for the transform the organization culture, and we our ways of working align the across the business and how make data driven decision. So people and organization is helping us. And a second important topic is the data is available and governed. And we know the data is understood, cataloged, and standardized. And also, this data has to be reusable for the any data analytics projects or the solution, digital solution. So it will be increase the operational economies of the scale across the storage and the consumption. Consumption might be the digital team, data science team. Consumption might be business. Consumption should be consumer. But we want to our stakeholders to consume in one place. And of course, the all building blocks is helping us to unlock the value of the PepsiCo. And what are the data analytics capabilities? Because when we are talking about the data foundation, it's very generic and large scope. So we are starting with the building data foundation with the strategy. First, we are building the data analytics strategy for 2 to 5 years. And we know what we will be achieving, what is our mission and vision. And then we build the data and platform. As I mentioned, we are always using the cloud, new technologies, and after that, we are bringing all external and internal data together in one place for our consumption. And we are managing data and governing data. And the most important, excited part is the building analytics and next gen BI top of this data. We are using the mini machine learnings model or artificial intelligence NLP processes. You might hear when you are listening to digital technology, but this is the real example in PepsiCo we are running right now. And also another point is the data culture. Now everyone in the stakeholder business, everyone in the company are able to think analytical.
Thank you
And
so much,
yeah,
Yasemin. Unfortunately, I have to interrupt you. This is a very insightful and interesting presentation. I see how both of you are very passionate, and maybe next time we should give you a longer slot so you will use more time to share all the incredible, interesting slides that you share. This is really great. Everyone who would like to join a PepsiCo team, consider doing that and exploring the careers for data engineers, data science, senior data analyst, and data strategy. And I thank you, both of you, Caterina and Yasemin, for being with us today. Stay with us also in the chat. There were a couple of questions, but I'm sure they can reach out to you personally, as we need to, unfortunately, finish this interesting conversation with you. Thank you so
thank
much
you.
for being with us today.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much for
Anna.
inviting us.